And I know, that, yeah, I just have some stuff that I want to share for tonight, because I know that there's some people that really need to hear this. And so you're welcome to share it with your team afterwards and all that. But, I think, first of all, we'll go through a few of the announcements. I think we all kind of know what's going on. Obviously, Lift 4 is still happening. A lot of people are doing like a back to school kind of theme, for helping to create some momentum. Like kids are going back to school. So, it does help, because when kids go back to school, it helps, mom get back into a routine. There's more structure, less excuses. And so that could be a really good way to, plan your next challenge group, that kind of thing. So I do highly recommend doing something like that. But, you work with whatever works for you, whatever you're excited about. So nobody else can enter now into Lift 4 test group. I believe that actually you can't even get the program anymore until October. I think that the early access is cut off. But you can still obviously share and promote it and all that kind of good stuff. And Shanti, that one's coming out in, I think, December. Yeah, I think that's really all the major announcements right now. There's nothing too crazy going on. But what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, this is kind of a big one. Okay, Emerald Group, running an Emerald Group starting on Monday. And this is for people who need to get to Emerald, or who maybe lost Emerald, maybe they had it. So if you're not Emerald and you need to get to Emerald, then this is the group that you want to get in, because that is, goal number one in your program is get to Emerald. And that is going to help set you, that's really when your business is open, is once you're at Emerald. Until then, you're kind of still setting up shop. Once you hit Emerald, then it's open and it's ready to go. So anyways, that goes for anybody on your team, Michelina, too. If you have anybody that hit Emerald, or you think that would be encouraging to them, you are welcome to add them to that group. I'll post the link this weekend. So, okay, so tonight I wanted to talk about what is stopping you. What is holding you back? What is stopping you? What is holding you back from becoming, the absolute best that you can be, from, absolutely hitting your potential? What is holding you back? And you really have to get to the bottom of that and confront it. What is holding you back, and what are you going to do to get over it? Because, so many people lose the battle in their mind, and therefore they pull out of the business. They pull out of their fitness. They pull out of whatever it is that they're pursuing, because they first lose the battle in their mind. It all starts up here. And, I find so many people have these things going on in their mind. They have these negative thoughts playing in their mind, or these thoughts of doubt playing in the background in their mind, and they don't even realize that it's there, but it's constantly there telling them, okay, what you're doing is not working. Okay, you've gotten so many no's. This is not for you. You should just give up. It's like a tape recorder that's just playing in the background, pure negativity. It's just plain negativity. It's just telling them that they can't do it. It's telling them this might work for other people, but it's not going to work for you. It's telling them that, it's not worth the time that you're investing into this. You're putting all this time into this and it's not even working. It's those kind of thoughts that are trying to drag you down, those kind of thoughts that are playing in the background. And if you believe that, then that is going to be your reality. So if you let those thoughts just play, and if you let those things, just keep going, it will 100% talk you out of your success. It will 100% talk you out of your progress. It will talk you out of the process. And there is a process in this. And, it's I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about, an online business that makes people think, maybe it's the way that we portray it as coaches, because we do have a lot of fun and we are very positive people. So maybe people just think that they can just, sign up as a coach and within a month be making a full-time income. But obviously it doesn't really work like that. There's a lot of, work involved. There's a lot of growth involved, and you can't be afraid of that. You can't be afraid of the process. So, you know, the best way I can explain it, which I think, yeah, all of us on this call can relate to this, is pregnancy, right? I mean, you find out you're pregnant, but it takes you 9, 10 months, technically 10, 40 weeks, 10 months before you actually get to meet that baby. That baby is just as much a baby, and it is just as much your baby as it is the day it's conceived, as it is the day it's born. But it's going to take you 10 months to let that baby develop, to let that baby grow, to give that baby nourishment, to, you know, prepare for that baby. And only at, you know, 38, 39, 40 weeks do you finally get to meet that baby, you know. But, you know, a lot of people, because they don't see the baby 20 weeks down the road, you know, I mean, how stupid is that, to abort your baby because you haven't, because you don't get to see it yet, you know, because you haven't seen the fruit of it, because it's still in there. It hasn't happened yet, hasn't come yet. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, who would do that? Nobody would do that in their right mind. Anybody who does do that is a pure sicko, and they need Jesus. You know, they need a lot of Jesus. So, you know, so, but it's obviously that's a natural analogy, but the same applies to like what happens in the business side. You know, people abort their purpose, they abort their mission, they abort their why, they abort their hard work, everything they put into it, because they haven't seen what they want to see yet. But you got to recognize that there's a process, and sometimes it takes time, you know. So I know for me, a big turning point in my business was when I changed my belief, when I really started to believe in this. And when you start to replace those lies and those thoughts of doubt with belief, that's when you start to change your actions, because your actions are going to follow what you believe. So if you don't believe that you can do this, if you don't believe that you can be a success at this, then you won't be. If you don't believe that you can do it, then you're not going to do the activities that it takes to do it, you know? So like a lot of people are kind of going through some of the surface motions, thinking that they're doing what they need to do, but they don't actually believe that they can do this. And there's not belief backing up their action, you know? So it shortchanges them. It robs them from what they truly can do. So this is where, you know, and I've talked about this a little bit here before, but when things started to really change for me is when I really started to believe I could do this, where I realized that there's literally nothing holding me back except me. I'm the only thing holding me back, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get over whatever I got to get over, to learn whatever I have to learn, and to work for as long or as hard as I need to work to make it happen. And it's only when you like come to that place that you're really going to see an accelerated growth in your business. And when you're really going to start doing the activities that cause that process to really happen, you know? Like a lot of people think they're in the process. They haven't even started the process because they don't even believe that they can do this, and they're not actually doing the work that it takes to do it. You know, I've had people in the past come up to me and be like, you know, I'm ready to give up, or, you know, I tried this and it didn't work for me. And I'm like, how long did you actually try it? Like, if there's no trying. It's like you do it. You either do it or you don't do it. You know, come to me and show me your business activity tracker. Let's talk about it. Let's evaluate that. Let's see what we can work on. You know, but a lot of the people that say, no, I'm going to give up, I'm going to throw in the towel, you look at their business activity tracker or the lack thereof, and you realize that they weren't actually doing the work. They weren't actually doing the things that it takes to build a successful business. They were thinking about it. They were thinking, you know, if I post, if I do this, oh, that's going to work. But they weren't actually doing the steps it takes to build the business. And, you know, so at first, you know, if there's anything like a theme for tonight or whatever, it would be, what is holding you back? You know, you have to identify what is holding you back. You know, so I want you guys to take some time after this call and really evaluate that, really comb through that. Like, what is holding me back from succeeding? Is it my thought process? You know, is it a practical thing like time? Is time holding me back? Is it money? Is money holding me back? Is it skill? Like, is my skill level not where it needs to be? Is it my passion? Like, I'm just not believing in this the way I used to. You know, what is it that's holding you back? You got to identify that before you can confront it. So first you got to identify what is holding you back. You know, if it's time, I mean, there's a million different you know, clips that you can watch about time management and about doing your business like in the nap time hustle hour, doing your business with the power hour. So really a lack of time is really just a matter of time management. And that is something that you can learn. If it's money, like I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, I can't run a business, or I can't do that because, you know, I can't pay the coach fee, or I can't pay, you know, $100 a month. If you can't invest $100 a month in yourself, in something that you're getting personal health benefits from, first of all, but also in a business, then you're not ready to be a business owner. And, you know, and I know that some people are on a super duper strict, tight budget, and there might be some things that you might not be able to do, and that is okay. But if you're willing to work and to save and to cut corners here and there and to do maybe something, do whatever it takes, you know, so that you can afford investing into your business and into yourself, you do what it takes to make it happen. But you have to realize it's not just a matter of, you know, drinking a shake. It's okay, that helps, but you're investing into your health, number one, but you're investing into your business. So you have to see that $100 a month that you're putting towards this. If you're investing into your business, most people pull out loans for like tens of thousands of dollars just to start a business. Okay. You're investing in your actual body and your health and eating a meal a day with the same thing that's investing into your business. Like that is the bargain of the century. So, you know, where there's a will, there's a way. You know, when it's a priority to you, you make it happen. When it's not, then you make an excuse for it. So, you know, I'm going through some of these things just to kind of show you, like, look at what's holding you back and look at how you can confront it. Look at how you can overcome some of these things that might be holding you back. Do you feel like you're lacking passion? If you're lacking passion, you need to reevaluate your why. Why are you doing this? Like, what is your why? What is your why? If you're lacking passion, if you're lacking like motivation or whatever, you really just got to hone in on your why, you know, and the same obviously applies to our fitness goals, but I'm talking about business tonight. So why is it that you want to have a business from home? Not just, oh, so I can earn a lot of money and be financially free and all that. Like, why? Why do you want to be financially free? Like, get to the bottom of that. Why do you want to be financially free? Why do you want to have those debts paid? Why do you want to be able to travel more? Why do you want to do this and do that? Like, you know, those dreams and those goals that you have for yourself, why do you want them? Get to the root of why you want them. Hone in on that and keep that in front of you, because that will fuel your passion. That will fuel your excitement for this. You know, what is it that like just lights your fire about life? About not just this business, but about life. And we've talked about that, how you can take your passion, the things you're passionate about in your life, and infuse it and thread it into your business so that you marry those things together, so that you marry the platform of this business with your passion. You use the business as a message, as a platform for your message, you know? You know, and also a lack of passion a lot of times has to do with personal development. If you're not developing yourself, if you're not pouring into yourself and you're just constantly giving out, constantly pouring out, constantly going and doing, and, you know, and not taking 10 minutes a day to fill up a little bit with personal development, then yeah, your fire is going to run out because you're going to get exhausted. So you need to make sure you're investing into yourself. Make sure you're feeding your soul, feeding your spirit, building yourself up so that that passion is still there. And so that's obviously, you know, you got to have PD for that. And that's why we emphasize that so much. You know, I feel like, okay, what's another thing that could be holding you back? Skill. A lot of people, something that holds them back is actually skill. You know, and that's something that's so overcomable. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's so overcomable. Like, people will say, well, I'm just not a people person, or I don't know anything about social media, or I'm really bad at Instagram, or I don't know how to form people. I don't know how to connect with them. I don't know how to sell things. I'm not a salesperson. All of those things are lack of skill. Those are all things, like, guess what? You did not pop out of the womb knowing how to connect with people. You did not pop out of the womb knowing how to sell anything. You didn't come out of your mother's womb knowing how to walk. Like, all these things you had to learn. You had to get better at them. You had to practice. You had to fall on your face a few times, but then you had to get back up and keep trying and keep working on it. So all of the things that you think are holding you back in the area of skill, all of those things are overcomable because you can learn. You know, and that was like a big light bulb moment for me in this business. You know, I saw Jessica just killing it, crushing it. I remember the day, man, she made a video about how she earned her first 5-figure paycheck in a week. Okay, so that's like, you do the math on that. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science. That's over $10,000 that she earned in 1 week. And I remember she made a video about that. And it just like, it was like a light bulb moment to me. I was like, what? You know, just like, really? I mean, I know she'd been doing it like 4 or 5 years at the time. So obviously that didn't happen overnight. That took her some time to get there. Hello. That was a big baby. All right. It took some time for that baby to grow and develop, but that's a big baby. And that was probably worth waiting, you know, working and waiting and building up her business to that place, you know, but it just like, it became such a light bulb moment to me, because I was like, what does she have that I don't have? Nothing. You know, what is she doing that I can't do? Like, you know, this is not a business where you have to be gifted or talented. You can come into this business with zero gift, with zero talent, with zero nothing. But if you come with a heart that is willing to serve people and a work ethic that is, you're willing to work and do whatever it takes, then you can have incredible, unlimited success in this. Point blank. Like, you know, if you look at all the NBA stars that are out there, like, they are where they are at because they are uniquely gifted and talented, and they have skill that they've worked on over the years. But, you know, like some people, okay, like for example, some people can sing really, really well, right? And they're like born with that gift, and they develop the skill to use their voice as well, right? And they become great, successful singers because they marry those two. This is different because you don't have to have any talent. You don't have to have none of that. You don't even have to have the skill. You just have to be willing to work on the skill and develop the skill. The skill is free. Anybody can learn anything in this. Anybody can learn and develop what they are not good at or what they don't have. Like, this business does not require you to be a super talented person. It doesn't require you to have this huge network of people. And I can tell you that because there are people all throughout our business, even in our Dare to Dream branch, who are six-figure earners, who are even million-dollar earners, and they are not more talented than you are. They are not more gifted than you are. In fact, some of them are probably less qualified than you are. Some of them probably have more excuses and more hurdles, more things that they had to overcome than what you presently have. So, you know, when you realize that you are just as capable, just as gifted, just as talented, and you have just as much potential on the inside of you to develop the same skills that they have developed, then it blows the lid off of what you can do and what you cannot do, what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. There is no limit. There is nothing that can truly hold you back except yourself and what you believe about yourself and what you believe about this business. So, I mean, think about it like this. Like, what if someone told you, hey, I've got this contract for you and I want you to work, you're going to work for 5 years, okay? You're going to work for 2 years. You're going to work for 3 years. At the end of this 2-year period, or at the end of this 3-year period, you're going to be making 6 figures. You know, let's just say. And you sign on the dotted line. You're like, okay, I got to work for 3 years and I have to put in, you know, this amount of work. I've got to learn these things. I've got to do this. But if I do this and I do it consistently, then I know I'm going to have that 6-figure raise by the end of that 3rd year. Who would do that? Like, most of us would do it, especially if you tell us that we can work from home on our own schedule. And, you know, you can make your own schedule, and, you know, you can work with the kind of people that you want to work with. You know, who in their right mind wouldn't do that? I mean, hello, that's crazy. Like, what kind of opportunity is that? That's amazing. Like, what if someone told you, hey, if you work for 5 years, you'll be $1 million earner in our company? Not many companies are walking around handing out those kind of positions, but this business, we have that. Can I promise you 6 figures? No. Can I promise you $1 million? No, I cannot. But are there people on our team that have achieved that? Yes. And do they have the same exact training that you have? Yes. Do they have the same kind of challenges and difficulties and obstacles on their plate? Yes. They had that. They probably still have it, but they've learned how to improve their skill. They've learned how to confront what's holding them back. They've learned how to make it happen. And so I just want to paint the picture to you guys. What is holding you back? And stop letting it hold you back from fulfilling your potential, from doing what you can do, from, you know, really achieving the success that you can achieve in this. Is it going to happen overnight? No. But if you are willing to work hard, and if you're willing to work on what needs improvement and the skills that you need to improve, then there is the sky's the limit, guys. And, you know, it really comes down to the basics. you can go through our coach training all day long and, soak up all this information, but it really comes from applying some of those trainings and just doing the work. That is where the rubber really meets the road. And, as your coach, I am 100% available to all of you guys, whether you're listening to this live or the recording. I'm 100% available to get on the phone with you and help you, or, get on text with you and help you. We can set aside a time to say, oh, mosquito. I missed. Oh, well. I'm 100% available to help you guys, fine tune, like if you feel like something's not working, like if you've been working really hard and you feel like, hey, I'm just not getting anywhere, then come to me, let's talk. But come to me with your business activity tracker. Let me see what that looks like, because that's the only way I can truly help you. If you come and you don't have that like written down, if you don't have that, if you're not tracking what you're doing, then I'm not going to have a way to effectively help you. I can give you a pep talk and I can encourage you and I can give you some suggestions. But at the end of the day, we need to be looking at that business activity tracker together and finding out what areas have gaps, finding out what areas need help. And then when we fine tune, like what are maybe some of the trouble areas, maybe what are some of the problem areas, what are some of the areas that you're lacking in, then we can work on developing a strategy to boost that up. But there's no new formula, there's no new method that's going to blow the lid off of your business. It is the same as it's been. It's the vital behaviors repeated consistently over time. That's what it is. It's the activities that are on your business activity trackers repeated consistently over time. That's the magic. That's it. And all of those areas require maybe your skill being developed, being improved through practice, through training, through application. So it's so simple and it's not complicated. And sometimes we want to overcomplicate it, but the business is truly simple. You guys know, I think a lot of you have a really good grasp on what to do. And it's just a matter of fine tuning and developing your skill and being consistent with it. And believing that if you do this consistently, it will produce for you. And I feel like that's where a lot of people, they don't have the belief. So they stop being consistent and they don't, maybe they're not doing some of the activities. They're skirting over and they're like, oh, I can skip that one. Oh, I can skip that one. They're not actually, taking the time to invite new people or connect with new people or to build relationships. They're like looking for shortcuts, and you're going to sell yourself short if you look for shortcuts. So, just hone in on the basics, hone in on what is holding you back and what you need to do to get over what is holding you back. If it's an activity, let's hone in on it. Let's conquer it. Let's make it happen. If it's a mindset, if it's a, like a broken belief system, hone in on that. Grab some PD that relates to whatever area of, struggle that you're dealing with and build yourself up, build your skill, but realize that there is literally nothing that is separating you from the most successful person in this business except for time, consistency, and belief. Everybody comes into this business shows no favorites. Sure, are there people that maybe they come into this and maybe they had maybe they were like class president in their high school and whatever, and so they have this huge following of people or whatever. Are they going to maybe have a more upfront turnover of people getting involved with them? Sure, that could happen, but it doesn't matter because you have the same tools, you have the same ability to be able to develop your following, which is unique to you, which is unique to your crowd, which is unique to the people that you're called to work with. So, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Someone else might be ahead of you because they started a while ago, because they already built up a following. So, you might be on step 3 and they're on step 40, whatever. Don't worry about where they are in the journey. Just know that you're all going in the same destination if you're following the steps. And if you're, following the training that you've been provided, you have the same training they have. And there are people, always remember this. There are people that are less qualified than you. There are people that have more obstacles than you that are crushing it in this business. And it erases every excuse that you could bring or every obstacle that you think is holding you back. It dissolves it, because whatever it is that's holding you back can literally be overcome. And it's just a matter of you believing that it's worth overcoming. You have to believe that it's worth overcoming. You have to believe that if I overcome this obstacle, if I overcome this messed up mindset, then I can achieve this amazing success. I can see my dreams fulfilled. I can see my dreams truly come true if I'm willing to get over what's holding me back and do whatever it takes to get over what's holding me back. But you have to believe that your dreams are on the other side of that, because they are. And, and you're not alone in this, and you don't have to do it alone. You have like the most amazing support system ever, because it's not just me as your coach, but you have an amazing upline. You have an amazing, group. Our Dare to Dream group is so special because we have so many awesome leaders in there that truly want to help. They're not people that are withholding information or keeping things secret. Everyone's sharing what's working for them. Everyone's sharing their top tips. Everyone's getting on calls like this and, giving you advice, solid advice to help you fine tune and grow your business. So it's like you have such an awesome support system to grow your business. And there's no reason why you cannot achieve the success you want to achieve with this. So that's kind of what I had on my heart to share tonight. And I will open it up for any questions if you guys have any questions. And, but yeah, I encourage you to really take some time, take some reflective time on this. Like, what is holding me back? I want you guys to have that kind of light bulb moment that I had, because when I had that, I was like, oh, heck no. I was like, it is game on. I was like, if she can do this, I can do this. What do I got to overcome? What do I got to work on? And for me, I identified the things I had to work on. It was time management. It was learning how to connect with people. It was learning how to work with cold market. So I dove myself into those areas that I needed to develop. And I've been working on them ever since. And I will continue working on the different areas that I know I need to develop so that I can go to the next level as a leader and as a business mentor and as a business person myself, So the growth never stops, but you have to learn how to enjoy the journey, and you have to learn how to trust the journey and know that, okay, if I stick with it, I know I'm going to go to the next level. If I stick with it through that 9th, 10th month of pregnancy, I know I'm going to have a baby. I know the baby's coming out. Like, it might feel like it's never coming out. It might feel like you're pregnant for 1,000 years, but eventually that baby comes out and you're like, I'm so glad I waited. I'm so glad I pushed through, because it's the best thing ever. Right. And I know Jazzy really knows what I'm talking about, because she's getting there. So, so it might be a process, but man, is it worth it? And you've just got to trust the process. You got to trust that what you want is on the other side of the process, but make sure you're really in the process. Don't think you're in the process, but then we look at your business activity tracker and you're not in the process. Look at your business activity tracker. That will tell you how much in the process you are or not. And that's an area that maybe you got to improve, but get yourself in that process, believe in it, believe that your goals are 100% achievable. You just have to keep going. You just have to press through it. So, okay. Questions? Anybody before we shut down for the night?
Hey, can you hear me, Lauren?
Yes, kind of. You're faint, but I can kind of hear you.
So I was wondering, is there a way that, I don't know, either you or somebody can actually open up like either a group, a page or something where we can literally check in every day so it can keep us consistent? That's my problem.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do on the Fit Family, the Fit Fulfilled,
okay,
on our coach team page, we'll have a daily check-in. Maybe we'll do it. Would you guys rather do it daily or weekly for checking in with the business activity tracker?
Me personally, I would probably prefer daily, so I'm forced to do it.
Yeah, let's do that. You know what? We did that in a group one time, and it really holds you accountable, because I remember going in that group and I would see like, oh, she sent like 10 invites, or she sent 3 invites, and I'd get so pumped up. I'd be like, I need to do it. So yes, we will do that. That's a great idea. That's something I'm actually going to be doing on our Fit Family page too, is do like a daily check-in, because I don't really use the challenge tracker app that much. I just can't.
Yeah, same here.
I can't like juggle both. So I find myself ignoring that too much. So I'm going to start doing that on our Fit Fam page for my fitness challengers, to have like a daily check-in, like have a picture with the daily check-in. And Yes, so we are going to do that. But yes, I'll do that in the Fit Fulfilled and our coach page group too. So that's a great idea because it will help hold you guys accountable. And a good PD on audio. There are some good ones. Let me get back to you on that. Like there are some really good ones. I know, what's that one? The Slide Edge is really good. What's the one? The Compound Effect. Have you listened to that one? Jazzy, that's a really good one. The Compound Effect. That is awesome. Eat That Frog is really good. There's a few different ones. And they should all be available on audio, I'm pretty sure. Just a few other ones. I'll post them in our group too, some good PD recommendations. So that's really good. And what else is I going to say? Anybody else? Questions? Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to go live right now on our Fit Fulfilled page. And I intend to do this like every coach call we have, totally optional. Whoever wants to do it can do it. Whoever doesn't want to do it, no pressure whatsoever. But it's just going to be like a boost, just like a quick boost for those of us who are, working on a Thursday night or a Tuesday night whenever we have our calls. And that is, we're going to do, it's called a Power 15. Okay. So for the first 5 minutes, we'll just talk about, we'll work on our invite, getting our invite ready. So, write up an invite that you plan on sending. And so the first 5 minutes is going to be kind of preparing your invite. If you need help constructing your invite, then you can post it. And I can help you fine tune it or help you, whatever, or you can just share it, or we can share each other's and you can get ideas from other people. And then for 10 minutes, we're just going to invite. We're only going to invite. We're not going to check our inbox. We're not going to do follow-ups. We're not going to add new friends. We're not going to go comment on people's baby pictures. We're just going to take 10 minutes and invite with that invite that we create. So maybe you have a challenge group coming up, okay? Maybe you need to do some invites to coaching. Maybe you need to invite people to an open house if you got an open house coming up. Whatever it is that you're inviting to, create an invite on that. Like if after a while, if you get smart and you get efficient with this, you keep your invites saved. And so then you just kind of tweak them and update them as you need. And send 10 or 5 or whatever. And we're just going to take 10 minutes and send as many invites as we can in those 10 minutes. I personally like to personalize my invites. So I like to check out and connect with people and see what's going on in their life and send them an invite along with that, along with commenting maybe on something that's happening in their life or whatever. But whatever your flavor is, whatever your flow is, just go get some invites out. If it's 5, do 5. If it's 10, do 10. If it's 3, do 3. But we're just going to have some focused time on that. So anybody up for that? 15 minutes. It's amazing what can happen in 15 minutes. So this is taking a power hour and just taking a chunk of a power hour. And it will show you, if you're not used to doing these, it will show you how much you can get done in a short amount of time. And at the end of it, we will post how many invites we did. And it's not a competition. It's not, you don't feel bad if you only got 3 out, or whatever. It just, you do you, but just go do something, like hit a goal and go do it. Okay. So I hope tonight's call was helpful for you guys. And, I hope it just stirs a fire on the inside of you. I know for me, I've just been feeling that, man, what is holding me back? What is holding me back from anything in life? Not just in this business, but what is holding you back from achieving your dreams? Is it, what are your dreams? You got to clearly identify these things. And we've had calls where we've talked about that, really, fine-tuning what your goals are, fine-tuning what your why is. You got to dig deep, man. You got to find out what that is. You got to really draw that out for yourself so that you know what you're working for and why you're working for it, so that you keep focused, so that you do fine-tune, so that you do what it takes to progress, to grow, to develop yourself. Hello. And you got to know what it is that you're aiming for, because if you don't have an aim, then you're not going to go anywhere. So, really take some time this week to go through that. What are my goals? What's holding me back? why are these my goals, and what do I need to overcome in order to reach them? And if you need help with that, guys, reach out to me. I can't read your mind. I can't know what's going on, but I am here to help. I am available. I check my messages. If you like message me and I don't get back to you till the end of the day, that's because I have I set aside like a time where I actually do my follow-ups and check up, because otherwise I'll never get anything done. So, I might take a few hours to get back to you, but I will always get back to you. And I'm more than happy to set up a time where we can get on Messenger or get on a phone call and, help you identify some areas that you might need help in or whatever. But I know that you can do this. I know you have the tools in your hand. I know you have the support system. I know there's nothing that can truly hold you back except for yourself. And I don't want you to keep yourself back from what you can achieve. So anyways, I love you guys. I believe in y'all. I'm excited because lots of good stuff is going to happen. Emerald Group starts on Monday. So I will post the link tomorrow for that. And if you're not Emerald and you want to be Emerald, get in this group and be ready to work, okay? Be ready to put some focused effort into this. Remember, it's not about, having to put 10 hours a day into this. I don't put 10 hours a day into this. Set aside the time that you are going to put into this and do that. If it's an hour a day, then you give it everything you got for that hour. If it's 30 minutes a day, twice a day, you give it everything you got. You give it focused time. So it's going to be good. All right, guys. Love y'all. Hi, Rob. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. I will see you in the Fit Fulfilled, whoever wants to do a Power 15. All righty. Bye.